up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match and Barcelona beat Deportivo Alaves by 3-1. Comfortable scoreline, you could say, but that was not the case on the pitch. Yet again, this team just reminds me a lot of Xavi's second season, where you're scraping by games, scoring consolation goals, not looking good, opponents looking good in the last 15 minutes, trying to get an equalizer to steal points. Overall, on the 126th anniversary of this big beautiful club, the performance wasn't big and it wasn't beautiful at all. Now, before we get into this video is sponsored by Number One Foot. Number One Foot is by far the best replica jersey website on the market, and it's not even close. They have a variety of different items at the absolute best prices. They sent me 2 kits recently. First one is the retro Barcelona kit, the home kit, which I'm currently wearing right now, and also as well the second kit for that season in the blue edition. Oh my god, like, the stitching is fantastic, the quality is superb. Feels like I have the actual original kit for a fraction of the price. And if you use the discount code BOY at checkout, you do get 10% off your order. That's BOY. Use it at checkout, and all orders above $80 as well will receive free shipping. So what are you waiting for? Hit the top link in the description down below and get your new football kits today. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen for you right now. It was João Garcia in goal, a back four of Eric Garcia, Pau Cubarsí, Gerard Martin, and Alejandro Balde. Midfield three of Marc Bernal, Marc Casado, and Dani Olmo. Front three of Lamine, Yamal, Lewandowski, and Raphinha. So an encouraging and exciting lineup to start off with. Kounde finally dropped. You're seeing Eric at right back, Martin coming in at center back yet again. Bernal's first start over a year. Casado back in the team as well. You have that midfield three from last season that started off the year so well, and also YLR, Liwa, Lamine, Rafa starting together for the first time this season. It gets you excited, it gets you gassed up. A really good lineup to start off with, but unfortunately the performance didn't really coincide with that excitement. The first goal scored in this match was scored by Lamine Yamal, straight of course after Alaves scored in the first minute. 8 minutes later, Lamine gets the equalizer. Really well worked by Barcelona down the left hand side. Raphinha in the end puts in the cross. Both Lewandowski and Olmo miss it. Drops to Lamine at the far post. He absolutely roofs it in the top corner, and he scores his first goal at the Camp Nou to draw the team level. The second goal scored in this match was scored by Dani Olmo. Again, quick succession attack by Barcelona, very similar to the first goal. This time it's Gerard Martin who pings the ball over the top to Raphinha. He makes his run down that side and cuts it back to Dani Olmo at the top of the box. He puts in a perfect time hit right in the bottom corner, beats the goalkeeper. Great transition attack from Barcelona, and that gave Barcelona the lead before halftime, which we all wanted. And the third and final goal scored was scored by Dani Olmo to complete his brace on the counterattack in the dying moments of the game. It was Lamine that ends up having the ball. He slips it through, makes it a 1v1, and he comfortably slots it home to get his brace on the night. Hopefully these goals will bring some confidence and encouragement to Dani Olmo's game, and we'll see that in the next few games to come, with especially Fermin Lopez being out injured. But a nice little consolation goal on the counterattack, 1v1 with the keeper, 90th minute. Doesn't really, it kind of feels like this game ended 2-1, but Olmo makes the scoreline a bit more better. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I'm going to be giving it a 5 out of 10. Look, you're at home to Alavés on the 126th anniversary of the club. Second game back at the Camp Nou, cut the clean sheet, a nice win in the first game. I was expecting much more, especially coming off the back of the Chelsea loss. But you can see that Chelsea loss was still in the minds of these players. And again, I'm just seeing too much similarities, too much reminiscence of what happened in Xavi's second full season. The team barely scraping by, winning games just based on their quality and not based on how good they are and how well they're playing. The press from now compared to last season is absolutely diabolically shocking. I don't know how last season we were so elite at pressing, and this season we look like fucking headless chickens. The press is one of the main, if not the main key component of our style of play, and we are not executing it well. Flick says to us, oh, we press and play beautifully in training. I don't give a fuck. We are not seeing it on the pitch whatsoever. 14th place Alaves, rocking up at the Camp Nou, scoring first, playing better football, having better intricate play. Again, they did lose. They lost surely the fact on quality and also on the impact of Rafa. But it's just so bad to see, and also it is not sustainable. We are going to collapse at some point this season. I think the collapse is coming. Collapse could be on Tuesday against Atletico Madrid at the Camp Nou. the stuff is just not going our way, and we're asking for change. We're seeing some changes, but not enough. I've been made saying that either the system or the style, or the players have to change. We're seeing the players change, but the performances are still poor, which now means you have to shift focus to the system. It's just not acceptable whatsoever. Rocking up the Camp Nou after a big loss in the Champions League to give the fans something, you gave us absolutely nothing. As soon as that first goal conceded in the 45th second, you're thinking, yeah, you're gonna go win this game 2-1, 3-1. It's gonna be absolutely dead, and that's exactly how the game went. YLR starting for the first time ever. We saw some fluidity in that attack, especially in that first half. We looked much stronger. We don't know if Frankie and Pedri would make a big difference in that midfield with Bernal and Casado playing there today, but it's just the team is dead. There's something that needs to happen internally, like a wake-up call or something, because it looks like this team lacks motivation. Like, you're not pressing well, you're not going forward well. You need to be losing to come back. You're relying a lot on the front line to score goals over the defense. Oh my god, the defense is just so... Johnny fucking Otto getting in behind, putting in crosses, creating chances. Joao Garcia had to make the save of his life to keep us in this game as well. It's just not good, man. It really, really isn't. 5 out of 10 for me today on the performance. Absolutely disgusting. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings. We're of course with the goalkeeper Joao Garcia in goal. 7 out of 10 for me today. Very, very solid from him. He made 2 big saves in this game to keep us in this match as well. One of the first half, that Johnny Otto one, and then in the second half, that point blank one. Even though it was offside, that's still a huge save. It might have been close as well. They went to the lines and stuff like that. He did his job today again for the first goal. Couldn't really do much more so for calamity defending from the defenders. I thought he played really well. I think his passing at the back is sublime yet again, paying crosses to put Raphinha in behind, creating good chances. Absolutely zero complaints with him today. 7 out of 10. If we got the clean sheet, would have gotten an 8 easily. In a separate partnership now in front of him, firstly on the left hand side, it was Gerard Martin. Solid 6 out of 10. I wouldn't say it's the bad 6 out of 10, more so on the good side. And to be fair to him, I think he's looking really, really comfortable at left center back. And I think it's mainly due to us getting a bit of a refresh of seeing a left footer at left center back, because the game just moves. The ball just moves so much better, and the flow just continuous. When there's a right foot, they have to stop and turn, cast, stop and turn, look, pass it quickly. You can notice that if you watch Barcelona for years and years and years, you can notice that. And having a left footer there is just so nice. I think there were some moments in defense where he could have been a bit better, but overall it wasn't terrible. So 6 out of 10 for him. I think the same goes for his center back partner on the right hand side in Pau Cubarsí. Same thing for him. Solid display. There was a moment where he did make one mistake, but again, passing was fantastic as well, providing a different outlet. I thought Pau Cubarsí wasn't slow per se, but looking really slow as of late. Getting outpaced in the last few games. I don't know if he's a slow defender, but I wouldn't classify him as someone who's really slow. But yeah, I mean, did what he had to do. There's nothing too outrageous from Pau Cubarsí today. I thought he put a solid display in. Again, he is probably our best center back now, especially on form. He's starting week in, week out. It's always a Cubarsí plus someone else, and he demonstrated that today in the defense. 6 out of 10 for me. Into the fullbacks now. First on the right-hand side, it was Eric Garcia. 6 out of 10 for me as well. Again, only played 45 minutes of hopefully nothing too serious with him in regards to the injury. Probably just a knock, especially that hit in the face, but looked pretty solid. Was getting outpaced a lot down that left-hand side. But apart from that, I don't really think he put a foot wrong. Got done once on a slide. He went for that slide tackle on the player. Faked it. But apart from that, I thought he was, did his job, to a considerable level. So 6 out of 10. Same again goes for Alejandro Balde. We talked a lot about the defense in the team review being poor, and this is why just all boring 6 and 6 and 6 and 6. Balde going forward today, man. I mean, we've been saying now this channel since 2022. We're 1 month away from 2026. Since 2022, we've been saying this guy just works and perfects his crossing. Scary hours. 4 years later, his crossing is the exact same. Sometimes maybe good. Most of the time, though, pretty shit. I think defensively it wasn't too bad either. He had some, of course, good moves, some good build-up. We saw that roulette in turn, that way he can kind of muscle off that player to get that yellow card in the second half. I'm not saying he was poor per se, but the underlying issue with Balde, that the issues that he needs to improve are so obvious, but yet we're not seeing any improvement whatsoever, and that for me is the main concern. But he did average 6 out of 10. Into the midfield, firstly, Mark Bernal, first start in quite a while, over a year, average 6 out of 10, only played 45 minutes. Of course, that first minute didn't look too good. I think he's definitely one of the 2 players at fault for us conceding that early goal in the 45th second. But I think other than that, I think his composure looked pretty good. The lengthiness of him to, win ball back is fantastic. Had that rough yellow card challenge, which was a clear yellow card every single day of the week. Maybe that's just a bit of, inexperience, but lack of rhythm on the pitch on a consistent basis as well. Getting chucked in and starting because Frankie de Jong had some personal matters and no one saw it coming is, going to be playing a little bit of a factor. And I think overall he looked really good. And I can't wait for him to get more minutes and see how he grows from here, until February, March time. That for me is a big excited. But now that we're seeing him start minutes, hopefully he can get more and more minutes to come in the next few weeks. His midfield partner was Marc Casado. I think the main culprit of the goal that we were disallowed, the clearance from him was poor, keeping the player onside as well. Apart from that, I think defensively he looked really good. Winning ball backs quickly. I think he was one of 2 players that were pressing like hell. It was him and Raphinha. I just think that on the ball didn't look that great. Was giving the ball silently, some misplaced passes here and there. It looked a bit like the brain wasn't locked in completely. But I think the defensive side of his game, which of course is his main priority, his main job, I thought he looked quite considerably solid. So I can't really complain too much about his game. But again, needs to improve mainly on his on-the-ball ability and finding those, passes, and maybe keeping his composure a little bit. I think when there's his composure when there's no pressure is of course fine, but as soon as he gets pressed, he kind of really most of the time goes to the safe route. The safe route puts the team in danger quite a bit. So those are just some things there, but still average 6 out of 10. Final midfielder, Dani, almost 6 out of 10. You're probably thinking, Barca boy, what the fuck? 6 out of 10 with a brace, and I think he got the assist for the the first goal, even though kind of Lua touched it, him touched it, Rafa I don't know, but let's call it at least 2 goals for Dani Olmo. Look, the 2 goals were fantastic, well taken, but I don't think Dani Olmo played well. And a lot of people came at me for Ferran Torres about this against the Athletic Club game. I gave him a 6, he scored a brace. Next game, he was absolutely fucking diabolical, and I called every single one of you guys out on that. Same thing here with Dani Olmo. I didn't even choose Dani Olmo here, my bad. Yeah, I wouldn't say he was woeful. I wouldn't say he was fantastic. I think there were moments in the game where he could have looked much better, made better decisions, made better runs, lost the ball a lot in the 18-yard box, especially in that first half. He scored goals because a lot of the team did the work from it. All he had to do was just do the one-time finish. From the Rafa cut back to the 1v1 in the 90th minute. Like, it wasn't him doing it. But again, respect for the composure, respect for the finishes as well. I give him praise to that. Definitely one of his better games this season, and hopefully, again, like I mentioned earlier, that he grows from this and takes those goals as motivation, as encouragement. But I think the performance itself over 90 minutes wasn't that great, especially in the second half. I think as well, lack of communication with players, link up play was all over the place, back heels that attempted that weren't connecting, and all these things like that. That's what takes away from the performance overall from me. He does get the assist officially. I would probably give him a 7 just because 3 GA in the game. He was involved in all 3 goals. Credit where it's due. He was definitely involved and play, and had a big impact on the result playing. I'm not saying he was shit, but I do think he played an average 90 minutes. So I would give him a 6 out of 10. Into the front line now. Firstly, on the right hand side, Lamine Yamal, 7 out of 10 for me. Of course, got the goal, was a big impact on the right hand side, creating chances, putting in cross, hitting the crossbar, being a danger, creating penalty chances as well. The second half, he was a bit meh. I think the first half, of course, he looked fantastic. Second half, I think he was trying a bit too much. And again, with Lamine Yamal, I keep saying this, he needs to learn to distribute and pass the ball quicker and more effective as well. Being able to read the game better, spray passes, beat your man 1 or 2 times, and then find that final product is something that he needs to tune up a bit. But again, the chance creation, the dribbling, the touches, absolutely exquisite from him. 7 out of 10 from me. Other winger was the man, the myth, the legend, and the man of the hour, Rafa. Easily my man of the match. He got the man of the match from La Liga as well. 8 out of 10 for me. You're probably wondering, Barca boy, Dani Olmo 3 GA, 6 out of 10. Rafa, if we're lucky, maybe an assist, and 8 out of 10. The difference is, I am judging the performance. Fuck GA. These ratings are not football and SofaScore and all that shit. I judge absolutely every millisecond, not just GA and then give them a rating. Raphinha's play was the reason we won this game. Raphinha's involvement, his pressing, his intensity, his leadership, his runs, his composure is why we looked good in the attack for the first time in a while, and it's why we won this game. It's why we went 2-1 up leading into halftime. The runs that he was making, the movement that he was doing, the press off the ball, on the ball was exceptional. And if everyone plays like Raphinha, we're the best team in the world easily. The issue is it's just Raphinha plus 10 others that are, you know, not playing their weight. And you can see as well how much better Balde looked a little bit, even though I don't think he was great, but Balde did look much better than he has been of recent time. But Rafa, for me, was the difference maker, and he's looking like a more integral part of this team. And maybe people thought, oh, Lamine Yamal's the best player in the world, he's the best part of this team. The reality is, that's probably not the case. But Rafa today, absolutely exquisite. Played only an hour as well. Dropped and played in the goddamn 8 in the midfield as well for about 10 minutes before Pedri came in. But he was a difference maker. I mean, you see him play and you see Barcelona being back. You see that front line being cohesive. You see the left-hand attack being somewhat of, you know, using their brains for once. Everything went through him today, and that's why he was the best player on the pitch. Last up front, Robert Lewandowski, poor guy. I don't even think he touched the ball more than 10 times. Average 6, didn't really get involved too much. Had that header that was with a point back header in the early second half that was saved. Apart from that, I mean, there are a lot of times when we're making runs in the bus. I'm thinking, where the hell is Lewandowski? He's all the way back in our box trying to get involved in the play, but poor guy just couldn't, you know, get into it today. Don't think he was poor though. Didn't misplace the ball and had some sloppiness in that final third in the first half. Where I remember there's 2 occasions where he got the ball in the pass, it was just either slipped or he got pickpocketed or something like that. But I mean, I don't think he was dreadful. I don't think anyone in this game was absolutely, you know, diabolically poor. That's why everyone's gotten, you know, the 6. But I think as a collective unit, that's why we're under average. But I don't think Robert was, you know, too bad today. And hopefully maybe next time that header goes in. And finally, now the substitutions. The subs were Kounde, Rashford, Varane, Pedri, and Christensen. Can we talk about Pedri, man? Fuck me. Came in, you're thinking, oh, a little bit of rust, but fuck, man, just the turns, the movement, the pass, the silk, the dribbling, it is just on another level. Crazy. Rashford was shite, Kounde was meh, Fran was shite, poor Christensen. I don't know what this guy has to do to start a game, but cannot start a game to save his life. He didn't. I don't think he looked too bad, but Pedri, was it's just. Poor Rashford though, he had some chances to get in behind, but the players weren't finding the pass to him. But Pedri, man. Hopefully he can start on Tuesday, hopefully. But the subs today, mainly providing freshness, with Pedri providing a bit extra magic. And last but not the least is, of course, the manager, Hansi Flick, who tonight for me will be getting a 6 out of 10. Average score line. I think, again, he picked an encouraging, exciting lineup. Made all 5 of his subs at quite decent timings as well. Got the win. Got the 3 points. Again, it's just about the performance not looking encouraging. And I think it's time now that he starts to look at his blueprints. To kind of, I'm not saying change your philosophy, but adapt some things. Because this team is not adapting. You're giving us, oh, I promise we're going to be back. Oh, we look great in training. And we ain't seeing nothing on the pitch. And again, this is exactly what happened in Xavi's second full season. Gassing the team up. We're going and winning games 2-1, 3-1 every single day, every single week. That we're relying on individual brilliance, the big moments, big tests. We flopped. We had 3 big games this season. Chelsea, Real, PSG. We lost all of them. Things need to change in regards to our style of play and our progression going forward. You can't just rely on the Spanish Super Cup in January, then we win it, then we get, you know, hyped up and motivated. There needs to be performances. You talk about trusting the squad as well. I'm scared that we're going to have all of our players come back and we're going to start looking, these are going to be like, oh, Flick fixed it. No. I want to see Bernal and Casado play in this team on a consistent basis. I want to see Eric Garcia keep his spot. I want to see Rooney. I want to see Rashford. I want to see players come in and out of this team, but we still play the same. You cannot rely on Pedri, Frankie, Fermin, Lamine, Rafa, and Lua to be on top of their game for you to perform well. That is not sustainable whatsoever. Maybe he's thinking, you know, I'm out end of the season. Let me just survive, win a trophy or 2, and get the hell out of here. That could be his state. But for the sake of Barcelona, for the progression of this club and this team, there needs to be adaptation, or else we are not sniffing any success whatsoever this season. So that was a match review for Barcelona versus Deportivo Alaves in La Liga. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure you drop a like down below, and of course in the comments down below as well, let me know your thoughts on everything we did discuss. The main thing I want to first, of course, is about the performance, your player ratings, and your manager rating as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca. Yeah.